Are you a programmer with not enough spare seconds on your hands? Do you find it weirdly annoying having to highlight code blocks every time you write code? Whether or not you answered yes to either of those two questions, you'll never want to copy code the old way again after you install CodeYoink. CodeYoink not only lets you copy any HTML code block in a single click, but saves your Yoink code for later and even syncs them across all your devices. Download CodeYoink today. Good evening, all you wonderful people of the internet. My name is Patchy, and today I want to talk to you about browser extensions. And while I know on the surface that doesn't sound like a particularly interesting topic, I think you guys are going to want to stick it out just for a bit with me. Now, I'm pretty sure that every single one of you watching has at least one browser extension installed, whether that be an ad block, a VPN, a password manager, or whatever variety of other tools are out there. But have you ever wondered what the process is in actually making one of these browser extensions? My first attempt at making a browser extension of my own was back in 2020. Those of you that know me IRL will know that I am a massive space nerd, and back in 2020 when SpaceX first released their International Space Station docking simulator, I thought it was missing just one thing: a speedrun timer. Yeah, there was absolutely no way of comparing or sharing your score. So I created a browser extension which basically slapped a giant speedrun timer onto the side of the screen. Today though, I'm going to make a much more useful tool. My plan for this extension is to be able to instantly copy and paste any HTML code block to my clipboard in a single click. For those of you who don't know, a code block is basically a way for a website to display, hey, this is some code, and you're probably going to want to copy and paste it. I also thought it would be a good idea for the extension to remember what code you've actually copied so you can go back to it if you need later. And looking closely at the Chrome documentation, it actually looks incredibly easy to make stored information sync between all your devices that has the extension installed, which means that we'll probably want to do that as well. So the first step is to get coding with our primary objective. The way to do this is by creating a content script. You see, extensions are split up into essentially three sandboxed parts. The pop-up, which appears when you click on the extension icon, the background script, which is always running as long as you have Chrome open and has access to all of Chrome's features like tabs and storage and even other extensions, and the content script, which interacts with the web page directly. These three parts can talk to each other through Chrome's message API, but otherwise are completely independent from each other for security reasons. So let's get started making the content script. There, that didn't take very long at all, did it? Now that our main objective is done, we can click on any code block and see that it's copied to our clipboard. But this isn't very exciting on its own, is it? It barely feels like an extension. Let's work on a pop-up that gives us some kind of control over what's going on. A little bit of code, and there. I've added this drop-down box which lets us select a modifier key, either Control, Shift, or Alt, so code isn't automatically copied without us holding that key down. In order to sync this automatically between the content script and the pop-up, let's create a background script to manage all of our storage and communication. There, now we can easily sync up data like our modifier key setting. let's see if we can store and sync something a little bit more complicated, like the history of everything we've copy and pasted. Now that's done, we can see a record of everything we've ever copied using the extension. I've also thrown in a nice little button that deletes anything that we no longer need. Now we need to add something to the content script to give the user a bit of feedback to let them know that something has been copied, like this little message. And there we have it, our extension really is functionally complete, but it looks pretty ugly. Let's fix that by making ourselves a nice GUI and adding a few more features that will aid with usability a bit. And here it is, the finished GUI. Did you know that scroll bars can be customized with CSS just like any other HTML element? I sure didn't, and damn, does that look really freaking cool. This is my first time implementing a custom scroll bar, and I think it works really, really well. Our yoinked message now has a nice aesthetic, and our pop-up is super user-friendly, with code expanding, delete and clear buttons, the ability to go to the original source, and even a nice animated copy and paste button that animates whenever you click on it or the code body. The clear all history button now also gives a nice little extra warning just in case you click it by accident and you don't lose everything that you've yoinked. And you want to know the greatest thing about this extension? It's available for literally all of you to download right now on the Chrome Web Store. The link will be in the description. And while you're down there, why not help me make a thick, creamy algorithm milkshake by liking this video, leaving a comment, and hey, if you want to stick around and see the two big projects that I've been working on, you can subscribe and hit that notification bell too. I've actually had to get myself a part-time job just to fund these two projects, so you can guarantee that they're gonna be big. This was a little bit of a shorter video today, but I hope to see you all in the next one, and remember guys, it's not just a right to repair, it's right to repair. See ya.